Okay, welcome to Girl Talk. We're back because there's an election and we have a little bit more time now. Listen to this song first, though, for the next 40 seconds.
Shall stand as true Canadians made leaves us to the prairies, to the shores of every sea. We will never bow to tyrants, nor hatred shake our creed. Our truth is never changed.
I like it's like church, but better. Oh, okay. So that's that. We didn't do any research on that song, but we did look into the election a little bit. We read through the policies. I watched the 2-hour debate.
I did not.
Last night, quite late, so I did miss a portion of it because I fell asleep. But
I read the policies today, though.
Yeah, we went over
To
each
get a
policy.
Understanding of what the heck is going on.
Thought we'd figure out, like, because I'm getting confused. Not gonna lie, it's a lot to take in. And then, like, you hear stuff, and then you read stuff, and then you see them, and you like have this like crazy smoothie in your head. Yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna unload it because I actually think this is an important election. You know, it's important. So I'd be curious to see what we're gonna do. A lot of people don't want to get another 4 years of liberal reign. There's a lot of conservatives not vibing. And interestingly enough, I was just back in Invermere, BC, and they're quite conservative there. Which is to BC, in BC, yeah. And I think probably some of them, like a lot of rural areas, are more conservative.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
It'd be my guess, but you think it's BC. Like, obviously, there is a lot of liberalism even in Invermere, I would say. I mean, I just only have, like, my family's filter, and they're just blue-collar type mentality, and they've lived there, and they've mostly been conservatives. My dad did lean more liberal in the last, like, 10 years, like, earlier on. He did switch, I think, but now he's back. Anyway, that's him. And then I'm like hearing things like Trump backed Carney, and then it's like, and also Carney is the Antichrist, if you haven't heard.
What?
Oh yeah, and I wish we could talk about the Pope dying on Easter after meeting J.D. Vance, because that whole thing is crazy. I'm sure you're hearing about it if you're listening to this. If you're not, you should definitely look into it. But then, yeah, now we have this election, and it's Armageddon, apparently. So it's like, I was looking at, when I was watching the debate, I was sort of like, which one was looking more like the Antichrist? If I had to pick, Yagmi, not the Antichrist. I was vibing. He had a pink turban on. He seems like a good guy. And I think Ashley and I are kind of both actually leaning NDP right now, after all is said and done. I thought we might have to do a strategic vote and just vote Liberal so that Pierre wouldn't get in. Medicine Hat pretty much always, I think, gets always a conservative win. So there is maybe something to voting Liberal. But I just found out that our last girl who campaigned for NDP won second place against Glenn Mott. So
That's who's running right now?
Yeah. And there's a new guy, Tom Rook, and he's a liberal guy. I actually signed the petition to get him elected as this representative at the bakery like a few weeks ago, which I thought was interesting. It's only been like 2 weeks. I don't know anything about him. I just signed it because I was like, okay, sure.
A new face. We need it.
So yeah, Tom Rook. He's managed by William Cox. They also agents. If you want to know the other people's agents, I don't know even what they do. They're the official agents. Glenn Motz's is David Camphor, and he has an auditor, Henrik Anderson, if you know them. And then our Jocelyn Johnson, NDP girl, her agent is Daniel Thoreau. I don't know what that means, but in case you find that interesting. Oh, and also we're not even talking about the Green Party. I'm sorry. So if you're a Green Party person, this is not going to be interesting to you at all, probably. We support green initiatives, but it's not the vibe. We're not there yet.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day, hopefully. I actually didn't read when we were doing our research. I'm not sure we even looked at some of the Greens. They get mentioned, though, throughout. Because there's that one housing initiative for like green energy upgrades. Okay, we're probably pulling up the CTV article. So I'm sure there's many of you that have done your like background checks on all this stuff already, but you know, voting's actually not till the 28th, but I'd be curious to know if you want to share who you voted for if you did do early voting, just for curiosity's sake. I know a few people that are doing liberal votes, and yeah, in general, I really did check out, I did consider Peter though. He's got a pretty good jawline, I will say. Better than Carney's. But I guess he's been using Tanner because when I watched Rachel Gilmore's report, she's sort of like a liberal news reporter on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And she told Pierre to lay off the bronzer, which was giving Trump, as you could imagine. So I was like, he's tanning, but he's got that jaw too. So
Tanning. He's Canadian. It's winter. Where is he going?
oh, I know.
Where's he getting this tan from?
Yeah, because he's been campaigning this whole time. Maybe he got it when he visited Jordan Peterson.
Maybe he's a tanning bed in his bedroom.
Or maybe he expensed it to the opposition house when they did the renovations. That's where
Maybe.
he's been doing it. I wonder if your Pierre's like tanning bed provider, like imagine he does go to a salon. They're probably spray tans, actually, guys.
Mm.
That makes more sense. That's what a lot of people do. Oh, which I did tell you about the beauty communities recent update, how they're putting salmon sperm on their faces this week. There's always something new.
I would like to see the process in which they get this salmon sperm.
Yeah, that's what one of the girls was saying. But they're all loving it. This one girl's like, I've been using this for, Michaela, the most popular one. She's saying it's been working super tight. But she's also just launched her skincare line, so.
I feel like Sandra Bullock uses this too.
She used the baby dick one.
Oh, the baby dick?
She's like one of the clips used in some of the conspiracy theories about adrenochrome and shit, about elites eating babies and, all that kind of shit. God, you always have to keep that in the background. Once you hear some of these theories, though, you're just like,
what?
I could see it.
But also, yeah, like, this world is so fucked up that
I saw a girl talking on TikTok today
surprising
about she was raised in a cult, and she's speaking up about it, and she's like, yeah, she was the daughter of one of the main, I don't know if you called her a priest, but she said, yeah, she was so scared and would get abused, by her father all the time, and she witnessed children being burned alive and humans like as sacrifices. Just a regular girl. People don't lie about that shit. You gotta believe these people. And there's more than just her talking about shit like that. And so it's like, okay, so we know that actually fucking happened.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then you see some of the bullshit that these people do, and you're like, okay, well, that's probably real. One of the craziest pictures I ever saw was the one, I don't think it's been debunked either, like the caves that are just out in the deserts in the US that are full of children's shoes and they're caged off. Absolutely fricked.
I'm gonna have to dive into that.
Oh, it's a deep one.
In the US?
Yeah. And there's also a bizarre amount of disappearances in the US national park systems. There's a map out there that shows the disappearances over the cave systems. They're like completely overlapping. Super strange. Yeah, we're looking it up.
TikTok.
Oh, there's definitely lots of TikTok on it. Yeah. Oh my god, show it so on the screen too. Oh, then you can't really watch it. Yeah, then he's gonna show the shoes. Okay, let's look. Oh, there's bleachers. Oh, that wasn't the one then. It's still weird though that it's gated and like there's bleachers. Like what?
Seems.
And it doesn't look like. It's not like indigenous made. It doesn't look like
pile
that.
of kid shoes. Oh,
You see him?
kind of opposite now.
That's not the picture I saw. Like the picture had like it was quite deep into the cave, and there was like what looked like thousands of shoes.
It's kind of hard to tell.
Oh my god! And do you know how many kids? Do you know?
Shoes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know what I just heard? This is from Sarah Holcomb. She's that ex-DC news reporter that does the comedy Mad Hatter News, which is kind of funny. That's kind of why I like her, that she has the name Mad Hatter News. But anyway, she was saying 500,000 kids are missing from the recent deportations.
1,000
There's
from the
500
States?
There's 500,000 kids just missing.
Just missing, gone.
Yeah, just gone. No explanation. Isn't that
What?
weird? And also all the women are gone. Well, like, okay, they've been deporting women. I don't know. This is something that I haven't seen reported on, but besides, like, people stating the facts, like, what that same girl, she was asking, like, where are the women? Because they keep reporting about the men that are being detained, but, like, so many people have actually been detained, and I don't know if that's just, like, a lack of, just no one's covering it type of deal. Like, there's just not really an explanation, so, like, why? And this has happened before, like, in that wildfire in Hawaii, a bunch of kids just went missing, too, on school buses. Did you hear about that? The Hawaii conspiracy theories on the fires are...
I've heard
totally
like,
sus.
the conspiracies on the fires that they were
And
definitely sus.
and
And in California. I remember something about kids on a bus, but I don't recall.
The Hawaii one showed Chinese drones over top of the
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Lahaina at the same time, and like just other details of it. Anyways, some people might think we're nuts because there's like, oh, of course, it's like unmanaged shrubs and things like that. But it's like, okay, well, that's fair, like, and valid. But just some of the other details, though, were just like, even the wildfires and the last California fires were also super sus, I remember saying.
Yeah, because there's like so much footage of like potential like as the fires start.
A lot of it's about how hot they actually get, like the damage they did. Like the Hawaii one was like, why are there calls? And then the whole blue laser thing, like the blue stuff wasn't burned. That actually is kind of insane because the type of laser drone technology they were talking about, like, doesn't, it like cancels out the laser. Sorry, my hand's just in my face. It just cancels out the laser because it's at the same frequency as the blue, which is kind of crazy too, the way laser technology is. So then someone was like, so then people were like, oh, we'll just paint our roofs blue and then we're going to be good. But then they were like, oh, they'll probably just improve the laser technology so that it will just go beyond the blue frequency too. And I was like, oh, that's so scary. I'm Team China, by the way. I don't know, maybe that sounds bad, but I'm just like looking at all the cultural stuff about them. There's been this US guy going to promote world peace over in China, and like because of the tariffs and stuff, there's people like trying to dispel like Chinese misinformation or miseducation in the US. Oh yeah, we really went away from the politics. It's all related though.
Yeah.
Sorry, I smoked a tiny bit of weed. Yeah, I can probably tell because my eyes are like droopy. I stayed up late last night watching the debate.
It's kind of fun just like talking and
Yeah,
going on.
hopefully this sound's recording okay.
I think so. Yeah.
I think so. Well, we shared a little bit just about like a light discussion, I guess, on the local politics. I mean, I'd be curious to know who other people are voting for. I think everyone's choosing liberal or conservative. I was probably going to choose liberal, but then I was like, maybe I'll choose conservative. And now we read all the NDP ones, and I realized like the NDP stuff was actually the only party that talked about rental rights and limitations.
And
so,
mental health.
And mental health in the healthcare system. I don't know, like, I feel like everyone should definitely just, like, look at the candidates and the policies themselves, like, on the CTV news article was pretty good, I thought. Also, Pierre, they didn't actually mention, I don't know if you read it, at one point, we kind of glossed over issues that we're not really super concerned with, mostly being poor and business stuff, and defense. I know that some of them talked about increasing defense, which I think that we probably should increase defense, to be honest.
I mean, the rate this world is going and things are happening around us.
And, like, there's probably enough people that need jobs to go join the military. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
If I didn't have kids or something, I'd probably join the military to get... Yeah. I mean...
It's a good job.
It's a good job. And you can, like... There's lots of different roles within the organization.
Yes.
But yeah, although there could be, like, some crazy wars coming up here. As long as I'm not a soldier, it's fine. I'll go cook for them. Anyway, yeah, I thought a lot about the healthcare discussions where, like, we'll wait and see. Because there's, like, a healthcare crisis. There's, like, a mental health crisis. There's a housing crisis. Like, the crisis is real on all fronts. So
every aspect. Crisis.
It's interesting because Carney is like a crisis banker, but then people look at his career and say like, oh, he didn't do this or he actually made everything worse, which I can't really speak to because I just don't know enough about the numbers and things like that. I've heard things on both sides.
But everyone, like, That's because they're not voting for him. And then everyone has something to say about every person.
Yeah, totally. And then his, like, Donald Trump tie was interesting. People are like, who don't want to be linked with Donald Trump, but then there's MAGA supporters, like, who want to support Pierre, but then they're saying it's Carney, and it's like, okay, well, they're all like, Carney's a banker, like, politician since day one, so, like, he's like a career politician, you know what I mean? I was told that he went to the World Economic Forum, like, through their leadership program, just like Justin Trudeau did, actually. And then I know the World Economic Forum is, like, a big discussion, especially in the alt-right. And, but apparently, you know, Carney is, you know, just the same type of deal. Or that there's actually a party that's less talked about that is promoting far-right stuff too, which is where Pierre is a part of. So yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Not a lot really can happen in 4 years. Part of me was like, well, we have had a liberal government for so long. So anyways.
How long now?
10 years.
Yeah.
Right? It's been like, because Justin Trudeau called that early election.
Mm.
So he, like, got an extra term, kind of, I think, because of it. So I can kind of see why people are like, time to go back conservative, which is what they did in the States. But if you just want to go look at that, then
you're right.
I mean,
see how that's working for them.
And they're the conservatives of America, so but maybe they love it. Maybe they just love seeing it. Anyway, we'll see what happens.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
So who are you voting for?
I think I'm going to vote for that Jocelyn girl. Jocelyn Johnson. NDP.
Jocelyn Johnson.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just based on everything I read.
Is she blonde?
I don't know.
And
I don't know if I've even seen it. I haven't really watched her. So I don't really know much about her. But like I said, she did come in second place to Glenn. So, I mean, it's probably a waste. And I don't feel like our local news, although I don't really read Chat TV very often, but they haven't really highlighted anything on the election. Although I guess Facebook can't really post too much on Chat News. And then, yeah, Community TV hasn't been the most active. Jocelyn Johnson. Yeah, she's cool. She's just a millennial gal, I'm pretty sure. Heck yeah. Actually, from the tiny bit I read, she's at, let's show her picture on the screen. See this? There we go. Yeah, she's my bitch. Let's go. Yeah, girl. Okay, so that's the verdict. Actually, I think we went into this I went into thinking I was going to vote Carney, just like before our research. That just shows that you should definitely look into it. And you should definitely vote. I think.
Yeah. Because I didn't have a clue what was going on until I sat down and had a look.
Might as well.
I read most of the things that greatly affect me more.
Yeah, because if you don't vote, then...
What are you doing?
What are you even doing?
Are you complaining about the problem and not being a...
It takes like 10 minutes. It takes like 10 minutes.
If I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, you might as well just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just read an article.
Go back to the YouTube. We'll close out with the song. That's an info to us.
For justice, we will keep.
I said it's better than church. Okay, bye.